Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to the Men Save Your Marriage show. My name is Terry. I'm your host. I did an autopsy on my failed marriage, and now I use the lessons that I learned to coach other men on how to save their marriage before it fails. I'm going to share with you the things I wish someone would have shared with me before my marriage failed. Are you ready? Let's get started. Hello, gentlemen, and welcome back. You just heard the bell. That means that it's time to fight, not with her, not with yourself, but for her and for your marriage, for the legacy that you were born to lead. My name is Terry, and this is the Men Save Your Marriage show. Welcome back. This is episode 43. I am super excited today because we are opening, this is a new series, a special series inside the Men Save Your Marriage show. And today we are opening the Marriage Arsenal. It has gone live, and you will learn more about it in this episode and in the coming episodes across this series. This is not a collection of cliches, not some cute store-bought set of throwaway cards. What we're talking about here is tactical, battle-tested system, and it's designed to help you lead emotionally, especially when your words and your actions maybe haven't been enough. Obviously, you're here because you are in a struggling marriage. You are fighting to save your marriage. And so we're going to dig into this today because here's the truth. You've been told that actions speak louder than words. But in marriage, sometimes your silence screams. Sometimes your inaction sounds like apathy. Sometimes you're well-intentioned, but you have this kind of fix-it energy, and it makes her feel like a problem and not a person. That's where the marriage arsenal comes in. It is a set of pre-built emotional moments written by a man, all written by me for men, designed to help you say the right thing in the right way and at the right time. Today I'm going to show you why words matter, what's been missing from your communication, and how the marriage arsenal gives you something most men don't have: a weaponized sense of timing, clarity, and calm connection, so you can rebuild the marriage with the woman that you love. So let's get to work, shall we? Point number one: silence isn't strength, it's confusion in disguise. So let's start here. If your marriage is struggling and she feels distant, chances are you've said this to yourself. You probably thought or said, I don't know what to say. Or, nothing I say is going to make it any better. Or, if I just give her space, maybe she'll come around. We've probably all had that thought. I know when my marriage was failing, I had that thought, those thoughts all the time. Well, you're wrong. And I've learned that one the hard way. You see, in a crisis, silence doesn't make you noble. It makes you unclear. It makes her feel abandoned, even if you're standing right in front of her. So let's make this very practical, shall we? You walk in the door, she's cold, distant. You maybe help with the dishes, or maybe you help with the kids. You're trying, you're putting in the effort, right? But when she walks into the room, do you freeze up? Do you not have anything to say? You see, you've told yourself, I'm going to screw this up if I talk, or I'm going to make a mess of this if I try to talk to her or speak to her. What you don't realize is that your silence is speaking. And what she's hearing is, he's not fighting for me. He doesn't know me. Maybe he doesn't even see that I'm hurting. She's feeling and hearing all those things. That's what your silence is screaming at her. You don't need perfect words, gentlemen. You just need presence. You need to show her that even in discomfort, you choose to engage. Well, the marriage arsenal was built for this exact moment. When the hair is heavy, when she won't meet your eyes, when your actions alone aren't breaking through, you hand her a card. She reads your heart because the words are already waiting. And maybe those words are written on the card that says, I know it's hard between us right now. I'm not giving up, and I see you. You see, in that moment, that is leadership. That is connection. That's how you start forging something new. Point number two, most men don't lack effort, they lack language. This is huge. You see, I know you're putting in the effort. I talk to you guys. I text with a lot of you guys, and I hear from you, and I know you're putting in effort. It's not that you don't lack effort. Sometimes it's that you lack language. So here's something I've learned coaching hundreds of men. You don't have a laziness problem. You don't have a selfishness problem. You don't even have an emotional awareness problem. But what you do have is a language gap. You're doing the work, you're making changes, you're working on yourself, and you are growing, but you're still communicating in a way that she can't receive. Because here's the masculine or the men's mindset most of the time. If I'm fixing stuff, this is what you say to yourself. I know I've said it. If I'm fixing stuff, well, that's love. If I'm not yelling, well, that's progress. And if I'm still here, I'm still right here with her, doesn't that say enough? But here's the truth, guys. Love unspoken is often love unseen. Leadership without clarity is confusion. And if you want to reconnect with her heart, you need to speak in a way that gets past her defenses and into her emotions. That's exactly what the marriage arsenal is for. So this is what the marriage arsenal is for. It's not poetry. It's not a card IO cliche. It's a system of emotionally intelligent language that helps you say what's real without fumbling through it. Because let's be honest, when you're in a rough spot with your wife, you don't need a blank card and a pen. You need words that work, words that are masculine, calm, honest, present. Words that remind her, this man is showing up differently. This man sees me, and this man is fighting for us. That's why I wrote every card inside the marriage arsenal, because I've lived this. And I know what it's like to be a man trying his hardest and still not getting through. Now you don't have to guess anymore. You just have to choose to show up with the right words at the right moment. That's what the marriage arsenal is. All right, point number 3. But before we get into that, if you're serious about saving your marriage, start your day with something that actually helps. Every day I send one short, powerful email every morning. Real talk, no fluff, just a daily challenge to help you lead better, to love stronger, and to become the man your family needs. If the email today hits, carry it with you. If not, delete it and show up tomorrow. I want you to go to mensaveyourmarriage.com and get on the email list. That's mensaveyourmarriage.com. Sign up today. You can use these every morning. And if you can't use it, delete it, show up tomorrow, and see what tomorrow's has for you. All right, back to our information and on to point number 3. Words become weapons when you use them with intention. I want you to think about your marriage kind of like a battlefield. Not a war against your wife, but a war for her. You're fighting off resentment. You're fighting off disconnection. You're fighting off the apathy and silence that's been growing in the shadows. You feel it. You know it's there. And every good warrior needs the right weapon. In this fight, words are your weapon. Not to wound. You're not looking to hurt her, but to win her heart again. And just like in combat or in the kitchen, timing, precision, and repetition matter. That's what makes the marriage arsenal so different. It's not one card for Valentine's Day. It's an annual arsenal of pre-built moments designed to hit throughout the year. When she's distant, there's a card for that. When you messed up, yep, there's a card for that too. When she's worn down from motherhood, there's a card for that. And when nothing's wrong but everything feels flat, yeah, there's a card for that too. These aren't messages, they are moments. Moments you choose to lead. Moments you forge with your words. Moments she will remember even if she doesn't show it right away. Because connection isn't built in one grand gesture. It's built in the 1,000 quiet, intentional messages that say things like, I'm here. I'm not giving up. I see you. Brothers, this is the fight, not against your wife, but against your old habits, your fear of getting it wrong, and even your tendency to retreat into silence. You've done the dishes, you've been less reactive, you're trying your hardest, but now it's time to lead with your voice. Even if it's quiet, even if it's on paper, even if it's handed to her in a card instead of said out loud. The marriage arsenal gives you the tools. All you have to do is to choose to use them. The truth is, you can't build a connection by accident. You can't restore trust with vague good intentions. You need structure, strategy, and the right words at the right time. You need tools that fit in your hand and hit her heart. That's what the marriage arsenal is, and this is just the beginning. In the next episode, we're going to unpack how the emotional gap between you and your wife got so wide and how to bridge it without begging or blowing up. But for now, I want you to listen carefully. Go to marriagearsenal.com. All one word, marriagearsenal.com. Get the cards. Lead the moment. Let your words do what your silence never could. You're not alone. I'm in your corner, guys. So let's keep fighting for her, for your family, and for the man you're becoming. That's it for today. I want to thank you guys for listening. I will see you very, very soon in episode number 44. But for today, go take a look at marriagearsenal.com and find the words you need to help you rebuild your relationship. Thanks again, gentlemen. Have a good day.